because this week, you guys, we have a special guest with us.
He came with tools.
We have a tall man.
Can I put my hand around your throat while I do it? I say since you don't want me to choke her.
Done like a very sexual episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like we're getting our old cocktails back.
That's how I've been feeling.
I like things real wet, so I have to be.
We're diving in.
I told her I was gonna put my tongue on her butt if she was single. I want to make it normal to talk about liking to do anal. There's people that are into that, so you're not alone, because there's somebody into every kink.
I don't even want to imagine getting married to someone where you actually feel like you just know you don't get to have good sex anymore for the rest of your life.
Or they're gonna be little,
time.
you make slut shame, you make you feel bad.
And now you're just laying on your back feeling like you in the color purple. Just
Exactly. Even though his hairline is receding and he refuses to go bald, and you looking at me like I'm crazy about the things that I want, but you want to hang on to hope and it's not coming back.
Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called Little Miss Dominant. I like that. The ingredients we need to make a Little Miss Dominant: some sparkling water, some grapefruit juice, some lime juice, some raspberries, ice, a shaker, orange liqueur, vodka, and some simple syrup. So I really love this shaker because it has the measurements on it. Y'all know I'm bad with measurements. So what we're gonna start with is 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. This is obviously not fresh, but oh well, y'all can't tell the difference. 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. Might have been a little more. The raspberries, you wanna do about 4 to 6 raspberries, and you should muddle it, but Kiki doesn't really like fruity stuff, so I don't wanna chop it up and make it look nasty. Then we're going to add our simple syrup, which is a 1/2 ounce, so not really a lot. There we go. We wanna do 2 ounces of orange liqueur, and I'm measuring it by the little lines on the shaker, like I said. And then it says 1 ounce of vodka, but y'all know we need more than 1 ounce. So, then we are going to pour our ice in our shaker. I feel like this one's gonna be tasty. Shake it up. And we're gonna strain into our cute little coupe. And top it off with a little Perrier. That is not how you say it. It is Perrier. And cheers, you have a Little Miss Dominant. Let's taste. Oh my God, that is so good. Let me go be dominant. Bye, y'all.
Well, welcome back to CockTales Dirty Discussions, you guys. I am Kiki Said So, and she's right. It is really tasty.
Hey, y'all. I am Medina Monroe, and I'm going to take a sip because it's like refreshing yet strong.
I'm going to try not to sip too fast. Now, this week, especially because this week, you guys, we have a special guest with us.
He came with tools.
We have a tall man with light eyes in here that he already told us he is on toxic time. He done pulled out whips, chains, hammers, bike pedals,
snow
and all
shovels,
kind of stuff. He is a kink expert. He was showing me some videos on his phone that I will not be inserting
you
into
saw
the
videos
episode from some events.
And I think it's why he has over 20 years of experience.
That's a long time to be whipping people and having erotic power exchange. You guys, let us welcome Sir Leezus to the show.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
You're welcome.
I definitely appreciate that.
We are happy to have you. You know, it's been a long time since we've done like a very sexual episode. It's almost like we're getting our old cocktails back.
That's how I've been feeling. I was out of my groove, but Stella got her groove back late last year. It took a good 12 months. And so we got questions for you today. I have to ask you, so I was telling you, I saw some videos. He was sharing some of his performances and he's like, I'm a performer. But what is like a personal kink advisor. Is that what your Instagram says?
A
What is that
personal
part?
kink advisor. So one of the things that I realized, there are a lot of women that have not been able to be in a space where they can comfortably be sexually liberated. Okay.
So right.
So I meet a lot of women, late 30s, early 40s. They may be divorced, separated. They may have had a partner that was not open to a lot of things sexually. They may have been shamed into wanting to spice up the bedroom. You know what I mean? And I realized that there's so many women out there that don't have the outlets. I've been in the lifestyle for 20 years. And it's such a small community, but once you get in it, you're able to explore. And there's so many people that don't have the opportunity to explore. So as, you know, I'm a social person. So just talking, and I'm a person that I can speak to you like I've known you for 10 years after I meet you for 20 minutes.
Are you a Libra?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
Of
You knew
course.
that. You felt that Scorpio energy.
Of
Yeah,
course.
You
okay.
knew that. You felt that water sign.
You right.
I knew it when I saw this.
It's a water sign, right? Scorpio? That's a water sign?
I don't
Scorpio?
know. Is it?
I don't know.
It is?
Okay, thank y'all.
Okay.
We don't know. We just be
But,
saying it.
You know, I mean, because I like things real wet, so I have to be a Scorpio sign.
Oh, we're diving in.
Yes, and I dive in head first to it, you know.
Oh.
But just meeting a lot of women, a lot of friends that I've met, you know, in my journey, and just them being so shocked that people are into things that they're into, and that kind of led me to go down the realm of, you know what? I have all this knowledge. I meet so many people that are into so many different things. Why not normalize kink? So everything was based from me saying, I want to normalize kink. I want to make it normal to talk about liking to do anal, liking to rim people, you know what I mean? Liking to be choked. It should be normal. Nobody should look at you like, okay, what you talk about? That's weird. You see what I'm saying? Because the spaces that I'm in, I can say I'm into this kink and you may not be into it, but you say, okay, I understand. Tell me more about it. You're open to hearing about it, open to learning. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the whole find your kink concept came from me wanting to normalize kink. So I can be an advocate for people to find their kink and let them know it's okay to have something that's outside of the box, right? So I encourage that. So I was just telling somebody a story. I was at an expo. I was headlining an expo and a girl came up to me, wanted to take a picture. She started like tearing up a little bit, and she wasn't tearing up on a like a fangirl type situation. She was tearing up because I created a space to where she felt normal. Being under my post, seeing other women talk about the kinks that she has had for years, but was able to explore or bring out because she was married to a person that just wasn't into that. And they would kink shame her. You know, she wanted to bring a toy into the bedroom, and they would make her feel guilty for wanting to do that.
This was like a caged bird.
So,
and she just wanted to sing.
Now, if you think about it, if you're so if you think about it, that was a good one.
Thank you.
So if you come to my page and I put up a kink, let's just say I just put like a switch. That was one of the kinks that I just put up.
A switch like that Michael Jackson used to get beat with?
Ooh, not a switch.
Because my grandma would tell me to get them for other people.
Somebody might get triggered and run out the house.
Switch as in you have dominant energy.
Oh, okay.
Submissive energy.
Okay, we did learn about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
So, and it's okay to want to do both. Male, woman, it's okay. If you want to be in a space to where you want to be dominant to this man or this woman, or you want to be submissive to this man or this woman, that's 100% okay.
That's what I want to learn.
Yeah.
How to do both?
Not how to do both, because I can do the submissive part. That comes rather easy, a little too easy. I want to do the dominant part.
That's what I'm saying.
We
Because I
can help
know
you with
you
that.
always tell us you're good with the submissive. That is you. But being able to do both, because you can do one good.
And not like have to like be like, okay, I'm gonna try this now. Just walk in there and be like, drop them draws, nigga.
But you got to say it with your chest, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make me believe it. If I believe it, they'll believe it. I
Lay on the
promise you.
bed.
I mean, we're gonna work on that though.
Please.
I'll help you out. We figure
Don't
it
put
out for
that
you.
please in there.
Yeah, you can't say please, but you keep that eye contact and you don't start smiling afterwards. Stand on business.
And do you think I
Drop
should,
them drawers.
and I gotta take my glasses
but
off.
did you see
Take
that?
it,
Did you
take
see
it.
the neck cock that she did? When she
Yeah,
did that,
like you mean it.
You got to hit them with the period,
Mhm.
right? She did it like period. Yeah.
Exactly.
You put one of them behind it.
I've done
You
that a
come
few
in
times.
with the glasses on. It'll
Oh.
work for you. I promise you.
Okay.
I promise it'll work.
I'm gonna get advised by the kink advisor. I need a financial advisor and a kink advisor.
But yeah, I just share what I've learned on my journey.
Uh-huh.
So I only share what I've been exposed to, pointing people in a direction where they can find stuff. That's why I put a lot of information out there and say, hey, it's okay to be into this. And then when you go to the post, you see 100 women under there that are into that, and it makes you feel more comfortable because your girlfriends might not be into it, but I just put you in a space to where you see 25, 75 people that say, hey, that's me too, me too, me too. And you say, okay, maybe I'm not weird. Maybe I'm not abnormal. You know what I mean? Maybe this is okay for me to do that. So it's deeper than just me putting out kinks and showing people like, hey, this is some nasty shit that I found out. It's actually, you know, making people be able, putting them in a space where they can embrace it and showing that there's people that are into that. So you're not alone because there's somebody into every kink. And you can find that community that's into that kink, and then they'll support you. They'll educate you on it and point you in the direction to the people that are into the stuff you're into.
Yeah, and it's so important because I don't even want to imagine getting married to someone where you actually feel like you just know you don't get to have good sex anymore for the rest of your life.
Or they're going to belittle you, make slut shame you, make you feel bad about whatever desire you have.
And now you're just laying on your back feeling like you in The Color Purple. Just
exactly. Even though his hairline is receding and he refuses to go bald, and you looking at me like I'm crazy about the things that I want, but you want to hang on to hope and it's not coming back.
Right. I mean, that is just that. If anybody is dealing with that, you need to get advised by Sir Leezus.
And then maybe, you know, I would imagine it could also be some people on the receiving end of hearing something that somebody wants to try. They might be afraid that it's like a test. They might be afraid of them having judgment if they're open to it or whatever. It's a lot of judgment going on with the people on a very light note compared to the kinks. Just being a woman who is open to dating, having different experiences, having different sexual partners, enjoying sex, and it not just be something that we do because a man that we're involved with wants it, trying out the things that we're interested in. That's what CockTales has always been about because there's so many experiences that we go through, and sometimes your close friends, they looking at you crazy, or they look at you as just a source of entertainment, can't relate. And it's like, it's fun to tell a story sometimes, but it's like, I want somebody who feels me, you know? And that's where our people are. It's a lot of kinky folks.
I promise you, I feel you.
Because some of them have, they shock me with the things. And I'm like, well, I don't know what I said on the show. Like when people ask me about sex clubs to go to here, I'm like, y'all think I go out there all the time? I have been, but like, that ain't my, I don't know. But I hope y'all have fun. And if y'all have found any new ones besides the traditional ones, send them my way because people keep asking.
Yeah, I don't know. We might need to run it back and do a little bit more research and go again. Remember that one night we went for research?
Yes, we did. I would go back to...
I support that.
That was a fun night.
Trapeze? Yes.
I like trapeze.
Loft? No.
No Loft. Have you been to Loft?
No, I've only been in Atlanta. I've been to parties and I've been to trapeze. But I started off as a swinger. So that's how, before I was in the BDSM, 20 years ago, I was in a swinger lifestyle. My ex introduced me. She was an exhibitionist. And she took me to a party. And she just basically wanted to play in front of people. We literally went 3 years just playing in front of people. We never had a threesome.
When she introduced you to it, were you nervous? Or was it always in you?
I'm not really a nervous person.
Okay.
So I don't really operate in that space of being nervous. Excited more. But we were already doing things like, you know, we would be like, this is back when a 40/40 club was popping. And they had the unisex bathrooms at the club. So we was in a bathroom at the 40/40 like every weekend just getting it popping. That might as well have been a bedroom for us.
Oh.
So
did they have stalls?
So they
I've
had
never
stalls,
been.
but it was unisex. So, you know, everybody's in there, they in and out. They wanted to keep that vibe. So, or being at a restaurant and hand under the table, I got long arms, so I'm playing with her, or just being at the bar and she's next to me and I'm just reaching down and playing with her while we're ordering a drink. You know, so she knew I was open to doing stuff and being and basically doing stuff on the edge that you might get caught. So she's like, hey, I have a friend. She's dating a guy that owns a club. And after the club, they host these parties. They're lifestyle parties. And I had no idea what she meant by that. But when my first party I went to, it was like so they call them genderless parties.
Genderless?
So genderless parties. So it was everything going on.
Okay.
And I always say my first party was the craziest experience I've ever had. And I've been in this for 20 years and I've seen some stuff. But my first party that I went to, it was basically like, you hit the ground running, here you go. No guy, no anything like that. But that's why I got into doing
because I would have been scared.
It was
get stopped. Leave me alone.
You know, and I played college ball. You know, I was in the music industry. So I've done a lot of things that, you know, involve crazy nights and wild parties. But to walk into a space to where you see everything all at once, I see people on leashes. I see there's women on women. trans women there. There's men there. It's everything. And I'm like, where you going? I was in a space to where if you leave, I leave. You go to the bathroom, we go to the bathroom. Because I'm like, okay, I'm cool with it, but I don't know how to respond to it appropriately. You know what I mean? At that time. Now I know how to respond to appropriately. You want to be respectful. You don't want to put your hands on somebody because you don't understand what's going on. You don't know how the proper way to, because when you go to a play party, somebody comes up to you and you've never been there. Hey, are you playing? What does playing mean? Hey, are you engaging? Are you having, it's offensive to someone that doesn't know that's the culture of the lifestyle. If I walk up to you and your husband and I say, hey, do y'all play together or solo? You might be offended by that if you don't know the culture of the lifestyle. So I started teaching that because I didn't know. If somebody comes up to me and asks if I play, it's okay for them to do it. They do it respectfully. But if you're at Starbucks and somebody comes up to you and do it, you're like, hold on, wait, hold that order. Now you want to turn around. Now every bit of, hold on, let me take these glasses off. Let me roll my hair. You know what I mean? Let me roll my sleeves up. What you say? So that comes real quick, but you don't know. You know what I mean? So you got to have somebody educate you on that. But my first party, it was wild. And I just watched and I saw a lot and I was just like, yo, well, I want to go back, but I'm not engaging and all that. And I continued to go and I learned on the ground running. And we would just go, we would play. And she was a model, so I'm okay. But she was bad as fuck. So we used to get invited to a lot of parties and we would just go talk to people and I'd be at the bar ordering a drink and she's down. I'm fucking her face and everything, whatever. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on
You
there.
are. You definitely are. We're going to hear more about Sir Leezus and his wild sex activities. We're going to play a quick little game of I'm Curious to Know. If you guys didn't know, Kiki and I came out with a card game. It's called I'm Curious to Know. It's curated to help people get to know each other. You might learn a kink about somebody that you're dating or having sex with or you're married to after playing this game. So, Sir Leezus, are you ready?
No, I'm ready.
Kiki, you want to go first?
Sure. What type of porn turns you on?
Ooh, porn. I like squirt porn.
Squirt?
Yeah, extreme squirt porn.
Extreme squirt.
Like extreme girl on girl squirt porn.
Okay.
I want to see a girl squirt on a girl's face and her just like going back and forth trying to dodge the raindrops.
Wow.
So I like extreme squirt porn.
Extreme squirt.
Yeah. So I'm getting turned on right now just thinking about
Do
it.
you type that in when you're searching for extreme
mean,
squirt?
so I'm on the Twitter thing. So I have it all saved. So I can go to the people that do it and then the new stuff will pop up. So I'm more into the content creators.
Okay.
Instead of going to Pornhub, I would rather do a content creator and support them getting views and all that stuff.
Do you have a favorite one?
Ooh, we ain't gonna do that because somebody's gonna get mad.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody get mad because I have a lot of friends that do content and they'll be like, "You didn't say my name," so I don't want to put up.
Well, we need to have him on the show, so tell us it. Okay, I'm curious to know if I end up coming to your place tonight, is it clean and tidy or a bit of a mess?
It's a man cave. It's not a lot in there, so it's not a lot of mess.
Okay.
There's a spanking bench. There's a 85-inch TV, and there's a whole bunch of weapons of mass destruction and lube.
Wow.
So, yeah, I have a very basic apartment.
Okay.
So my furniture is actually BDSM furniture.
So this is like, you do this all day?
All day.
You don't talk about it, you are about it. That is the life.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a very basic. It's not enough stuff in there. I got a bunch of clothes and a bunch of BDSM toys.
Okay, but it's clean.
Yeah, it's very clean.
Okay.
But then I also have submissive, so submissive will come and clean my apartment every week.
I can't wait to hear more about that.
It's a little bit of a cheat code for me. So like I don't clean up. I clean up, but I don't clean up because I have somebody come and they'll clean for me.
I need to get a sub.
Who you telling?
That's all I want him to do. Just come clean. You don't gotta do nothing else.
Okay, because I'm tired of paying Veronica. I'm sorry, Veronica. You do a great job, but I'm tired of paying for it. Okay, if someone called you the wrong name during sex, how would you react?
I'm probably going to punish them.
And what does a punishment for an offense like that look like?
So because I'm not set up doing the actual scene, so it's probably going to be my hand and a hard smack on the ass.
That's a big hand.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave my handprint on you. I might do some erotic asphyxiation, put my hand around your throat and ask you to repeat that. But I've never been in that space. So, that's a whole different, that's a whole different situation. I've never been in a space where somebody said even if somebody addresses me wrong, I would do that. So let's just say you call me by my actual government name. I'm going to have that same reaction if you called me somebody else's name.
Well, Niall, okay, so I got a question. When if they did that and they called you by your government name on accident, do they get scared?
I mean,
Or it's like we already know that these are the.
it depends on the person. Not too scared, but like, damn, I know I fucked up. Like, for example, you can't call me daddy unless you've earned the right to call me daddy.
So if they do that, it's like an instant
So if they
switch
say
up.
daddy, it's like, what did you call me? Did you earn that right? Bend over.
Even in public?
I mean, I wouldn't do it in public in a vanilla space because you got to have boundaries and that has to be negotiated. So there might be like when we get back, just know we're going to address that. What? And I usually say we'll have a conversation without words. So when I say that, that hits harder than anything.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So
that eye contact.
if that makes sense.
It does.
That's
okay.
I'll have to call me a damn Uber. I'm not going back. I'm scared.
That's cool. We'll wait. And then what I would do is as long as you wait, I would keep adding to that. Take your time.
Then I'm
By
gonna
the time
get
you get
even
here,
more trouble. It's like when you avoiding your mama because
Mm-hmm.
you know you did something you wasn't supposed to do.
So I may have said you were about to get 5 smacks on your ass, and every hour you're not here, I'm gonna add 5 to it. So I'll wait. Don't worry about it. Take your time.
I'm gonna have to be a runaway sub.
Please name the episode Runaway Sub.
That's a good one.
Okay. I'm curious to know, what are your expectations of a person you date?
So it depends. Am I dating this person and they're submissive? Or am I dating this person and we just have an actual partner relationship?
No, I'm glad you said that because I didn't know that. I assumed that everyone you dated would be like a dom sub relationship. I didn't realize there would be like a different one.
So I operate in a space to where I can meet someone that's not a submissive, but I still might have an interest, right? So let's just say you're submissive, but you're, hey, I like the exchange, but I'm not interested in being a submissive. So then our relationship is going to look a little different because our relationship is contract. And there's a protocol and it's put in place and it's in writing. Ours is more of a compromise. It's a back and forth. What works for you, what works for me. So it's a little different. You see what I'm saying? So my expectations, my basic one, just vibing, being able to be a social person, making sure the energy is on point because I'm big on energy. I'm big on servitude. So if someone is a person that's like, hey, I don't cook dinner, I don't do this, and I respect that, but we're just gonna have a physical situation.
It's not a match.
So it's not a match. Don't be a person that want to eat out all the time. That's cool. Well, we can hang out, but that wouldn't be a long time situation for me. That's more of a fun situation. You know what I mean?
That's something that's important to know about somebody because I know so many people that get with people. You knew she didn't want to cook, and now you're trying to force her to cook. The bitch didn't want to cook.
You
gotta get somebody that's on the time you on.
Yeah,
if I'm trying to fix people and change them up.
Y'all gonna learn one
day. You gotta
day.
meet people where they are sometimes.
All the time.
Especially, but see, and this is what I had this conversation with somebody. If you come to me, you have to meet me where I'm at. If I come to you, I need to meet you where you're at because I pursued you. So I need to meet you where you're at. So I kind of have that concept when I talk to women. If I'm interested and I'm pursuing and you say you don't do this, I'm either gonna meet you where you at or I gotta keep it moving, right? So it's a little different.
Yeah. Okay, how would you describe your head game?
Ooh.
That's a good question for this guest.
That's
I
good.
pulled out all sex ones.
I'm gonna tell you,
Me too.
my head starts with you, face down, ass up, and my tongue in your butt.
Okay.
That's how I started. Hand on the back of your neck, and I'm spitting in your ass and I'm sucking it out.
We are back to the original CockTales.
Then I'm turning you around. Then I'm going in, and it depends on what you like because I'm going to go until I see what you react to. So I might try 100 different things. Everybody different. And then I'm also good with my fingers. So I got the combination thing going on. That's one of my specialties. So I do the yawny massage while I'm eating pussy, making a girl squirt. So I need all that in my beard. So I'm a nasty nigga when it comes to
I would imagine.
Pussy, so,
most of you
Messy,
Philadelphians
nasty.
are.
Yeah.
Okay, you got another one?
I do. Okay, this is a boring one. Okay. I'm curious to know, do you have a specific type of woman? Can you describe her in detail?
Ooh. So, okay. So I want someone that is able to, let me see, body type just changes on the person. You know what I mean? I like slim women, but I've dated thick women. I've dated BBWs. So the body size, it's more energy when it comes to type. You know what I mean? Someone that I can sit with, we can go through a bottle of whiskey and just converse, laugh all night. I have to have someone that has something. Yeah. I'm a drinker.
You ain't never done that before, Medina.
Well, I'm just saying we might not be laughing no more. Somebody.
I don't think he want to be laughing all night.
I mean, we'll get to that.
He's trying to get to his special massages and special tricks.
you have to enjoy being able to converse with somebody. So
Definitely.
that's one of my big things, because you have that. It doesn't matter where you are. If your money is up, your money is down, you're always going to have a space that y'all can meet at and enjoy each other's company. So it has to go like that, because I meet beautiful women all the time. You know what I mean? So I can't go off of looks for that, because that changes to me. You know what I mean? Like, both of y'all are attractive, and I have different things that I would do to each one of y'all. Respectfully.
I want to know.
Disrespectful, respectfully.
Maybe it could be a little clip at the end.
Consensually. So I have different things, because I get different energy from y'all. So I don't really have a type when it comes to that, but my type is still is based off of energy.
You moving on vibes.
Yeah, so we can.
I feel sexual right now. Do you feel sexual right now?
Not quite,
Oh, okay.
but I think it's just because I'm highly caffeinated, and it's going to take about 3 more minutes for the liquor to hit and for me to get to that sweet spot. It's coming.
Okay.
But see, y'all seem like a good time. So, but see, I look at this. Any woman, any person that does a podcast is a conversationalist, right? So you're able to. I mean, yeah. So let's talk about the good ones. Let's talk about the good ones. Yeah, let's talk about the good ones.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know the type of energies that y'all would bring. You see themselves. So that would inspire me to continue to talk, because I know we could sit there. You have questions. I have questions. I hate being around a person that doesn't have a question.
And sometimes these types of things come with maturity, because I just remember being in my 20s and letting some people get it and being like, now it would be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I would get even almost moist because you can't talk.
Yeah. I definitely had somebody who was in my life like that for far too long. That man was fine as fuck, y'all. I mean, he's fine as fuck. I ain't talked to him in a long time, and still fine though. I see him. He hits me up. I haven't responded, but it's difficult. But if I ever bust my head, and fell back into the dizziness that I was in for most of CockTales, something I realized a few years ago was that nigga is boring. I don't like it. Corny jokes. You're not very interesting. You are getting by because you are amazing at sex and you are fine as fuck. But really, in the end, you ain't nothing but a tool for me. You know, that personality or lack thereof may work for somebody else. But it's just like, when I'm old and I'm tired and I don't want to have sex all the time, and sometimes I do want to chill, I need to be able to talk to you. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I got advice from my brother when I was younger. And he said, do this. Now, he said, after you masturbate and you release, who do you want to call after that? Who still has your interest in your phone that you will call over to come hang out after you actually physically release? And I said, damn. Okay. And I was younger. So as an adult, I'm like, damn. So if I watch some porn, I masturbate, who would I still chill with?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that changes a lot. You think about that yourself. If y'all play with yourself, who would you still call to come over? Your list starts to shorten up real fast. Yeah. So do you want to be bothered? Is there somebody that you would still call over? Or are you like, I'm cool, I'm not calling none of these dudes? You know what I mean? I'm going to watch TV.
I never really looked at it like that, because I don't masturbate a lot.
Why not?
I don't really feel the urge to, but every now and again when I do, I'm literally just doing it for me. So I don't, it's like, after I do it, I'm like, who would I call? Like, no one.
That was actually my next question, is how often do you masturbate?
Me?
Well, that was for him. That was literally my next card, and we're already talking about it. So I want you to tell us. But to your point, yeah, you've always said that. You don't really. How often do you masturbate?
Probably twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah,
wow.
Probably twice a week.
I'm the eyeball.
Are you an everyday type?
Well, I was. Let me tell y'all a short story. The other night, I told y'all I just got my groove back recently, like past 60 days. So I was
happy
alone.
For you.
Thank you. I'm happy for me too. And so is my pussy. But I was going through my drawers. You know, we have all of these sex toys. I have my favorite. That bitch died. I went to have a funeral. And then I was pulling out my second favorites. Now I'm in the closet. I'm in the other bedroom, in that closet, looking for toys. So many of them didn't work. Couldn't find the goddamn chargers. I haven't had a battery operated toy in so long. I had to go old school with my hands. It wasn't fucking working. The man I wanted to call was literally sick and like he was not going to be able to perform in Contagious. And I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I was so upset. That was a very rough night. And then I just had to lay there and I was like, what am I going to do?
And you had to use
I don't like doing just the fingers. That's boring.
Let's talk about
it's not 1852.
Y'all cheat so much.
I think
that
work smarter, not harder, sweet baby.
Right,
I got shit to do. I got 30 seconds to make this shit happen so I can go to bed.
Gadgets and toys to
I love
accelerate, and we still with our hand just stroking.
Y'all got fleshlights.
Nobody uses that.
Okay, but they're there if you choose not to use it.
That, but the average man does not. The average woman has a toy. The average man doesn't have a toy to masturbate.
Well, there is this thing, and it's like a rubber thing, and you put lube in it, and you wrap it around your penis.
Yeah.
It's like a fleshlight.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called?
But I promise you, the average man does not use any toy.
I think I'll be shamed.
The average woman has some type of toy.
Because we don't be
This
shamed.
is a toy on my neck right now. I got my Vesper on.
And I have a ring.
It's the cheat code for y'all.
I don't mind.
It is.
I'm
and I'm
gonna cheat
bring
every
it.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Meanwhile, we're here just working it out.
But
the
y'all
phone
seem
in the
to be
hand.
fine
I gotta
being
keep,
primitive.
then I gotta stop, put more lotion on my hand or
that's too much
lube.
work.
Then I gotta hold it here. I can't prop it up because I knock it over because my arms are long and I'm just right here. And then I gotta have the paper towel to catch it just in case.
Well, you know what? It's still
work.
a man's world, and y'all have so many other things. Let us have the joy of toys. That's our one.
I will
win
drink
in
to
the
that.
world.
I respect
We
that.
also have periods. Your dick doesn't bleed every month, and you don't have to get stressed if it's not bleeding because while you don't want the blood, now you're pregnant.
Oh,
yeah.
That got dark real fast.
So on that note, we're gonna get to know Sir Leezus a little bit more, but after we do weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
Okay, you guys. So this week's weird sex, I'm switching it up a bit. No crimes. Y'all know I love my true crime. This one, I wanted to find somebody who would have like a good like sexual confession or something. This one isn't too crazy, but it reminded me of something that you said, that you going to the ass first. So this guy, I found this on the internet. Y'all send in these types of confessions if you have one where you feeling weird about it. I'm not calling you weird, but some people might. Anyway, he says, okay, this, well, I've always loved going down on a female. This is from a man. Later, I found out I like going down on guys too, but that's a story for another day. I asked him to send me that one too because I would like to hear them all.
Oh, somebody actually sent this to you.
No, I found this on the internet, but I could reply. It's on Reddit.
Oh.
I love me some Reddit. Anyway, this is about females or their crotch sense, if you will. His word choice should paint a picture for how he looks. Anyway, I was in my late 20s and had gotten married a few years earlier, and my wife and I were playing games, sexual games. So she was up for any sort of experimenting sexually, and this particular evening, he wanted to partake in her charms and proceeded to go down on her. He dove right in, started licking her pussy. All the while, he was stroking himself. As he became more and more aroused, he said that he could feel that special feeling, which signaled an approaching orgasm just off eating his wife's pussy. So he slowed down, not wanting to come before she did. A gentleman.
A true gentleman.
So she repositioned herself just a bit, which moved her pussy lower, and it made her asshole higher. So he said, does this make sense? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He had given her a rim job, so he ate her ass a few times, and nothing intense or lasting. Well, this time was different. He says, I was close to orgasm when I shoved my nose, like my whole nose, up her ass crack. My wife's a very clean woman, but the musky scent from her ass crack was having some weird effect on me. That's when it hit. I buried my nose deep in her ass crack again. I was breathing in as deeply as I could. Then my orgasm hit. Big time. Up to that point, it was far and away the more intense orgasm I'd felt. All of her delicious female scents were swirling around in my brain as my orgasm washed over over me in waves of intense pleasure. There's just no way to give this crazy feeling justice here in writing. It's just too intense. Just suffice it to say, it was nearly a religious experience. I don't know about that one. Religion is that? But all right. During these episodes, he says that he would grip tight to her hips and she would pull his face into her musky, scented ass crack. And it would give him a very wild orgasm. So he had to like calm down on that because he was coming too quick. So now he's addicted. He said from that moment on, he has been hooked. He's totally addicted. Instantly became a major activity in their sex play. His wife would masturbate along with him. And then when she was ready to come, she would just put her ass crack on his nose. And they have done it for a while. They did get divorced, but he does it to everybody now. And he is so happy. And sometimes when he smells the scent of an ass, a musky ass, it gets him too excited to be in public. And I was like, wow, that's an interesting story because why is you out in public? Where are you that you are smelling musky ass crack?
We
that's
listen
what I left
and don't judge.
That's a goddamn lie. I don't even be on TikTok. I judge, but that's okay. I'm just interested, like for real, where are you at that you smell ass?
The gym.
That's a good one.
Yoga.
Okay.
It might be.
Mm-hmm.
The airplane. It always smells like booty hole on Delta flights. And I love Delta, but it always smells like fire.
You might walk in the porta potties.
He might.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. But if you happen to find this episode, I did give him our info. I want to know about your men experiences. You be putting your nose in their asses too. And what is that musk like? Because you said your wife is like clean and like just, natural. But I have been down to a man's ass that smelled like rhinoceros dung or the zoo. So I would like to know your experience. Anyway, that's it for Weird Sex this week. If y'all have an experience, send it my way. Or if you see anything wild and crazy on the internet, send it my way. All right, y'all. So I told y'all I'm going to get my groove back, right? So that means I'm going outside more. I've been enjoying more dates, different types of dates. Now, I love a dinner date because your girl got to eat. But sometimes I might do activities. And I have found that like when I'm getting ready for a date, one thing that I cannot leave at home is my wipes. And I love that the Lumi deodorant wipes come in a small container. So even if I'm going on a dinner date and I have like a really small, cute clutch, it'll fit. Of course, it's going to fit in like a little mini backpack or a bigger bag that I could take on one of these adventurous dates. But sometimes you don't know what's going to go on. I don't know if you've ever been on a date and the man starts getting you hot and bothered. He ain't even doing nothing. He's just having good conversation, looking good, smelling good, and you start getting a little hot and sweaty and stuff. It's just like all these parts are coming alive. I have to excuse myself to the restroom and freshen up because I don't want to be funky. I don't want to be shamed. That's not where I'm messing up on the date. I might do it somewhere else. I mean, Lumi comes in and it comes through to keep me from smelling like Pepe Le Pew.
And I love that. I love being one of those women where it's like when you leave somebody's presence, you linger a little bit. So I really love their whole body deodorant. And here's why. You hear deodorant and you're like, oh, it can only go under my armpits. No, bitch. It can go anywhere on your body.
Hit the backs of those ears.
Get the crease of that elbow. And then you just smell good. I love their lavender scent. And
that's my fave.
Girl, sometimes I'll even run my finger across the top of the deodorant stick and just kind of rub it in a little bit. And
I've never tried that. I might have to try
because it's a very soft, like it's not your average deodorant. Again, it can go anywhere on your body so you can rub it in. I absolutely live by Lumi because I like to linger on a man. You feel me?
And I hope nobody has to go 72 hours without a shower. But
if you do,
Lumi gonna hold you down for 72, not 73, but 72 hours. I mean, it's just great. And they have so many different types of products from the wipes, like I said, the whole body deodorant. They have stick deodorants. They have so much stuff. It's all available on their website, lumideodorant.com. And right now they have a special offer for our listeners. So Lumi Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, a cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash is going to go perfectly in a travel bag, TSA friendly.
And y'all know we got our trips coming up. Stay ready.
I'm going to have Lumi on deck, and the deodorant wipes. And it also comes with free shipping on that starter pack. So as a special offer for our listeners, because we love you and we don't want you out here funky, new customers not only get 15% off of all Lumi products with our code, and if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off. Use code CockTales, CockTales for 15% off your first purchase at LumiDeodorant.com. That's code CockTales, CockTales at LumiDeodorant.com. Support our show and tell them that we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe and the back of your knees and that stinky earring back with
And the
Lumi.
crevice of your elbow.
And now we'll get back to the show.
I'm gonna find that kink. I'm gonna post that kink.
Are you gonna try it
Tomorrow?
Do you
I'm
think you're
post
gonna
that kink.
try
Nose
it?
in the ass,
Are
I
you a
wanna
nose
smell
in
it.
the ass type of man?
No.
That's
no
just-
nose.
that's
Just a tongue.
No,
very
just
deep.
the tongue and kissing it, and
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need that. If I go in and I smell it, I'm probably gonna deflect and go to something else and figure it out.
There's a lot going
but yeah.
on.
But then even myself, like I need to wash up before. Like if I'm sitting around too long, I'm gonna go freshen up because I don't want you to smell. Because we got clothes on. You got drawers. You got jeans or pants, whatever. So you sitting around too much. So I gotta, I have to
stay
smell fresh.
fresh.
Yeah. So.
But once you put that nose in there, it's on the inside. Your body gonna do what it do.
Mm-hmm.
It is a shitter. That's actually what it's for. So anyway, that's it. So we're gonna get back to Sir Leezus because we have a million questions. How would you say that we were talking about kinks earlier and people feeling like shame or whatever. How do you figure out what turns you on?
So you have to explore. It's just like the first time you touched yourself and exploring yourself and exploring. And when you hear about other things, that opens up doors for you to say, hey, that sounds interesting. I like this, or this is similar to something I've been doing. Maybe I should try something a little more intense or a little more extreme. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So it's all about exploring because you're not going to know, because you can read about anything, but you have to dive in. If something starts to sound sexy to you, if you get turned on hearing about it, ask questions. Start to educate yourself on it. If you're in a space to where you can find people that are in the kink community, ask about that. Hey, has anybody ever tried fisting? Let's just say that, for example. You know what I mean? And when you start speaking to other people, well, what turns you on about it? Like, what do you do? How do you engage in it? How do you find somebody that's into it? You have to ask questions. You have to explore. You have to be okay with that. But the problem is when you're doing that in a space to where people are not, in the kink community or open up to that, it makes it that window of opportunity get smaller. So educate yourself on that. Come to my page. You can ask me any question. I always tell anybody, listen, if you're into something, tell me what your kink is. I get so many women that message me, well, I like this. What is this? Oh, you missed this. I post this already. I'll tag you underneath of it. Or like when you just said something about the smell thing, right? I'm going to go find that kink because I saw something about it. I just don't know the name. And I remember coming across it because I get infatuated with reading about kinks. And I say to myself, well, would they be interested in this? And you never know.
Right.
You never know what somebody is into. There's a kink to where people have an attraction to trees. And they want to hump a tree and they want to.
Yeah, and you go to jail for that, so be careful.
But so the smell thing, but something like that. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put it out there, and I guarantee you it's gonna be somebody like, you know what, I have that kink. Now I'm bridge the gap for somebody. So you have to communicate. You got to be able to go identify what you want and then go research it. Go down that rabbit hole. You got to go down the rabbit hole.
Don't do it on your work computer.
Don't do it on your work computer. I'll probably that'll go bad.
And don't do it on your baby's iPad neither.
Yeah.
Do it on your own device.
Because now you looking crazy. And that is not what we want. Kiki, do you have a kink? I know we've probably talked about this a very long time ago, but like, do you have any kinks?
I think my first Thought is no. I guess I guess. I like to record myself having sex. So I'm a bit of an exhibitionist and I enjoy that. I like, even if I'm not showing anybody, right? I have so much stuff in my phone. Hope I never get hacked. But I've got so much stuff in my phone. And if I do get hacked, I'm proud of my performance. So it is what it is. And even like when we went to Hito, I had sex at Hito and there were people watching, and I was nervous at first, but then later it was just like a freeing experience. So I would say that's it, but I don't like it all the time. But I do enjoy it. And I don't know what it is. I guess I just feel proud.
Have you ever been
My
to hedonism?
performance.
In
Maybe
Jamaica?
about 4. I performed at Hito.
Really?
We were
Yeah.
talking about that out there.
I'm booked at Hito for maybe the next 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I go with a group, Cherry Shake, and we do a kink week there.
Really?
So I do kink on a beach. I do kink on a boat. I do kink in your room.
Wow.
Anywhere that they allow it,
You do
I
it.
do it. So I do a live show. I do a live squirt demonstration. Yeah. So last time I was there, they picked randomly, and this is one of my moments that people started talking about this back in the States. They picked 6 girls out the crowd, and I went down the line. Now I put gloves on, lube on my hand. I made 6 girls squirt back to back to back. Each girl squirted in less than 30 seconds. And I did this in front of the whole Hito.
With bare
At the
hands,
nude
no
pool.
toys.
No, not bare hands. I mean, I had a
I
glove
mean
on.
like no toys, no
toys.
assistance.
No toys. I just had somebody hold the girl back so her G-spot can be, more
Aligned.
exposed. And then I come over my fingers and I do G-spot stimulation. And literally less than 20 seconds, each one of the girls
That's wild,
squirted
20
all over the
seconds.
place.
It was
And
like a fountain show.
So
Imagine if we would have did a squirt like situation at our live show in Philly. I wonder where you were when we did our live show.
so you can do it.
That would
next
have
time.
been.
We could definitely
I would
set
have
it
got
up.
kicked out the comedy club.
Yes.
By the time
Or
they would've known
slipped
what
when we
would've
came out for
happened,
our
yeah, it
second
would've been
dance
over.
performance on a little squirt.
God.
And then when y'all come to Philly, make sure y'all, and we'll make it happen. I will do a live squirt demonstration.
Ooh.
And I'll be looking at you. Just tell me when. Any part of any part of the show, just yell out now, and I'll jump right into it.
Now, I'll be honest, we have never done a show like that. We be talking. We don't do a lot of demonstrations. We did do Sweet Spot on our last tour. They came with us and they had burlesque. The most wild I got, I guess, was the naked trumpeter. And then who was with us, I think, in Charlotte? He did something.
He did the rope stuff.
Yes.
And he was
I always forget
he
what
was really doing a lot. And I volunteered to be, remember he was like, one of y'all. And I was like, I'll do it. And it was the rope thing. It has a name, but
Shibari.
Yes.
that's what it was.
When you were doing Temptation Island and I had to do those episodes by myself, I did a shibari episode with a guy in Houston. He tied me up. And I was like, unchain me from this. It's giving slavery. I know that is not my kink, but I could understand how somebody could like it, because once you get restrained like that and then you're restrained and then you can't get out of it unless you're a ninja warrior. And then you're in a sexual experience. I think about the times that I have ran from somebody or like pushed them away or whatever because it's getting too intense. And you can't, so it's like you have no choice but to ride the roller coaster.
Yeah.
What would you say are some common misconceptions of kink and like the whole power exchange? Do you ever have couples come to you, heterosexual couples, and one of them is like, and I'm always gonna assume it's the man that's like, oh, you're not rimming on my booty hole. Like, how do you guide them through that? What do people normally think kink is about? If they kind of want to appease their partner, but they're also like, this shit is weird.
So the whole thing boils down to communication, saying exactly what you're interested in doing. So if, say, you and your partner come and you say, hey, I want to spice some things up in the bedroom, get into something kinky. So
That
first
sounds
thing,
so vanilla though. But
Yeah.
then the man being like, hey, baby, I want to choke you and smack you until you bruise.
But see, when you say it like that, or if I say, hey, I want to get into erotic asphyxiation, now that's choking. But see, it sounds
Big
different.
words always make things like
Yeah.
sound like, okay, I'm listening.
So I want to do impact play on you. Not I want to spank the shit out you and smack you ass, smack you in the face. Or, you see what I'm saying?
So we need to
So the
vocab. We need to
language makes a
vocab.
big difference.
Yeah.
So when somebody, and I tell people, right, everybody has been practicing BDSM. They've been doing kinky stuff. You just don't know it. Before you know anything about kink and anything, you've had sex and a guy has smacked you on the ass, right? A guy has pulled your hair. A guy may have put his hand around your throat.
Indeed.
You see what I'm saying? Back of your neck. Bit you on your shoulder, right? Now you think about
I
this.
had no bite now.
You ain't
I
had
had
no
a
bite
little bite
on
on
the
my
shoulder?
Not on my
collarbone.
shoulder. The collarbone, yes, but not on my
Collarbone,
shoulder.
shoulder, back.
I be getting nervous about these activities because I'm gonna get bruised.
I
yeah.
want a little bruise.
That's a
I
light,
think I
that's a
have a
light skin
hickey on my
problem.
neck right now,
So-
actually.
Or
Yeah.
even back, like, you used to get hickeys back in the day.
I know,
So,
like I'm 50
yeah.
years old. Stop.
So, and I tell people, like, you've been smacked on your ass, and that's impact play. So
Okay.
what happens is, did you like it, or did you turn around and say, nigga, you hit me again, I'm gonna kick you the fuck out? What was your response to it? And you got to think at a baseline level, somebody is inflicting pain on you. You can't walk up to somebody randomly and just smack them on their ass. You see what I'm saying? You can't walk up and just...
It's so interesting that you say that part, because I was going to ask you, like, when you've done kinky shit, we've both done it. Do you ease into it or dive into it? It's always been like, you're like, you can't just do the shit. But the kinky stuff that has been done to me, it has just been done. And it wasn't like oh my God, how dare you do that? So I don't know if it's just like a vibe.
Was it extreme though?
It was extreme.
Was it really extreme?
I think so. It wasn't no paddle with his name on
Okay, because
it.
that's
Yeah,
more
so
extreme.
did
But
they
I
bring
do
toys out?
think if you choke someone and hock a loogie in their mouth and this is our first time having sex, this is wild.
That-
But I
that is
also
wild.
wasn't mad
Or
at
let
it.
spit fall out your mouth, because I gotta,
I mean, both have happened, but it wasn't like I look at sex like this is like our one time to be able to really release and express yourself. So sex should be like that. So I guess you just lucked up and got with the right one.
Yeah, because that can go left.
It could go really left. I don't know how I would feel about the conversation part.
Because don't hawk no loogie in my mouth.
But see, I would.
You are
It's
not
going
playing.
left. And somebody tries that shit before. I had a flashback, big ass nigga, and I will call somebody on you. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's just my goddamn Uber. Don't do that shit.
I would rather the loogie than the smack on the ass.
Really?
Yeah.
A loogie from the back
Them
of
smacks
some...
be hurting. It hurts.
The smacks, I would rather a smack than a
I don't
loogie.
even do the loogies. I'll spit, but I'm not hog spitting.
I don't want no-
mucus coming out.
No,
Yeah.
no
When you
mucus.
say loogie, that's a loogie.
Mucus is coming from
A
the back of
loogie
your
is
throat.
mucus in the back of your throat that's been there
not to get
all
that
day.
ball.
Okay,
All
let me
this
not say
sinus
Louis.
stuff.
Because it's not
Let
going
me
to
not
have
say loogie.
boogers,
Let me
but
not-
when they spit, it's
Yeah.
mucus,
Let me not
girl.
say loogie, but like
Loogie means that's a
to
big
me,
difference.
spit any type of spit, you probably should ask somebody if it's
We
okay.
can swap spit and kissing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not... Don't spit in my mouth. If you want to spit in yours, I will do it. I don't like it, and now I'm looking at you sideways when it's done, depending on how I feel after the total sexual experience is over. Like, am I
Yeah.
gonna side eye you and I'm never coming back, or it's just like it's just one of them things. This is what we call
But
compromise.
you take that risk when you go down that road. You make the decision to, if I make
Yeah.
that decision to put my hand around your throat, I don't know what type of trauma you had from that. So this is back when I was still learning, and even not before I even knew anything about the lifestyle. And I did stuff because I put my hand around the throat, back in when I was having sex in high school. I've smacked the girl in the ass. I didn't know to ask, what are you into and all that. The younger you are, you don't know a lot of things like that. Now they have access to so much stuff. It's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done that. Like the first time I spit in somebody's mouth, I knew nothing about the lifestyle, but I did it way before that. And I've done it to where girl, like, don't ever do that again. Oh, my bad. But we continued the sex, but I was so much in the moment and I'm fucking the shit out of it.
You having a good
and
time.
then I do it. So she said it afterwards, like, hey, listen, we was in a moment, but hey, please don't do that
part.
again. And that's respectful. You know what I mean? But now, what are you into? Before, that's just general conversation to me now. When I'm conversing with you at a bar, hey, what are you into? What's your kinks? So-and-so, have you ever did this? So-and-so.
Oh, this is bar talk.
Yeah, this bar talk for me.
Do you always let people know when you're meeting new women that you're into all of this, if you feel like a flirty vibe or you're attracted to them? Or is it like sometimes you just kind of feel it out and wait?
It's a little different from me because I got videos with like 10 million views. So,
but you're meeting a person
it.
in the wild. They don't know.
In the wild, it bridges the gap. But I usually, let's just say, when I'm at the bar and I'm just generally like engaging with people, I usually start my conversation with, hey, you ever saw 50 Shades of Grey?
So you letting them know what time it is. From
I do that before we even start the conversation because everything to me, a lot of my conversations are me showing my likeness to somebody. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to go and approach a group of ladies, and it's always a group of ladies. I'd rather approach
it's
a
never
group.
just one.
I'd rather approach a group. Yeah. So
Why? That is very different from what a lot of men say. I'm curious.
let me tell you the story when I was younger. So I had cousins that would make me go talk to groups of girls. Go show them your blue eyes.
Build your confidence.
Go over there. And they were older. Go over there and talk to them. And I'm like, well, I got to talk to them. And they were like 2 grades, 3 grades older. And they're sending me to talk to the group of girls. How old were
you?
Oh, man.
9,
like
10.
maybe like 6th grade, 5th grade type
That's
elementary school.
10, 11.
Yeah, younger. Would they just go talk to them? And they were like in middle school. So I was like maybe like 3rd or 4th grade. But I was bigger. So
you've always been tall.
I've been this height since 9th grade.
And how tall are you exactly?
I'm 6'5" and a half. I stopped growing. I got a brother that's he's 6'8" and a half. So I'm the little brother. But I've been this height since 9th grade. So I was bigger. I was bigger than my cousins and everything when they were, in middle school and me being in elementary school. So they would make me go talk to them, go talk to these girls. So I go, and my confidence had been built up since middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school. You play ball. You're a popular basketball player in high school and then college and stuff like that. So you build that up. So by the time I got to a space to where I was able to learn, how to, introduce people to kink and have those conversations, it was kind of like a no-brainer. It's so easy. It's like breathing air to go to a group of women and say, hey, y'all doing? I love y'all energy. I see y'all vibing over here. I would love to invite y'all to an event. What type of event? Oh, okay. Well, listen, as long as y'all are adultish, I'll invite y'all. Well, what you mean adultish? Have you ever seen 50 Shades of Grey? Oh, we love that stuff, whatever. They'll have tickets by the
That's
end
a
of the day.
Diet Coke to what you be talking about.
You see what I'm saying? So, and it's nothing. So when I show them what I do and they say a black man, right? And not just a black man that they would say like he's not just a regular.
He's tall. I'll say it. He's tall because these men be short, and you know it. You've been in the community 20 years, and you know
sometimes that's what steers people away from the community because people don't be attractive.
And then they don't have the energy that a lot of women want.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
They know
so
that
make a
big
difference. So and I'm sorry to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Don't be sorry.
You got black men, but you got black men that are also niggas. And y'all know the difference.
This is for the niggas.
Yeah. So you know the difference, right? You know somebody that's like, okay, he like a Carlton type dude, like fresh. That's and that's respectable. I have family members that's cool, but somebody like, okay, he's a black man, but he ain't, nigga too. Like he also so that give a different perspective, right? And when you see somebody like me in the community that you see what I do online and you able to converse with me like this, like, okay, this is cool as shit, whatever. So here, okay, this is what I need. Yeah. I need somebody like this.
Because we don't know. We'd have to ask some questions. Like first we got to hear his voice. What words is he using? Because the eyes and the color, You
but
never know which way it's going to go.
But a flow like that. But then I've been comfortable being able to converse with women since I was younger. But it was by force. It wasn't a bad force, but that's how I got to that space. So I can come in and just, I just met y'all. Before we get here, I'm flirting with y'all, and it's innocent, but it's like, okay, he confident enough to know energy. But I learned how to read energy at a young age, and I didn't realize what I was learning. So that helps me in the spaces that I'm in. That's why I'm able to see random people and just have those conversations. And you say, like, you really do that at a bar? Yeah, I do that at a bar every time I go. We literally we went to eat before we came here.
Where y'all eat?
We went to Ruby Tuesdays. That was close. We went to Ruby Tuesdays, and the ladies looking at me, I'm smiling. You better stop smiling at me before you get in trouble. And I give you all this toxic light-skinned behavior. And
the women in Atlanta are forward, so
be careful.
I see that, but and I'm with somebody. She doesn't know the situation.
She don't care.
She just and I said, hey, listen, how you doing? Come over here. I said, listen,
Not Carol and Ruby Tuesdays.
Carol said, baby, mama gotta have
Carol
a life
said, butter my lettuce, baby.
And then she tell me, oh, I might be too high, I might mess your life up. I'm like, word, okay, let's have a conversation.
And she
and
might.
then she has to follow me. And then she's sitting here looking at her phone, jaw dropped. I promise you. Listen, the person like she'll tell you, like she said her jaw dropped, looking like this, whatever. Like, oh my, she just, her thumb is like this. And I'm about like, see, you know, fucking around and found out. Because like I said, energy, you got to be able to read energy. You know, so it works for me because I'm skilled at all this stuff, but I'm also a people person. I also know how to engage with women. So all that ties into the pot for me, and it makes me who I am.
You kind of need to be with this type of work and lifestyle and everything.
But I also wanted to know, and I've never asked anybody in BDSM this question before, so I'm gonna ask you, when you are so wrapped up in this lifestyle, is there ever any struggle with sex addiction? Have you ever been like, do I know how to like not make everything so sexual?
So my sex life and actually, so when I do this, there's no actual sex involved with 90% of the engagements that I had. So I'm able to put it in, you know, to separate the spaces.
I got you.
Separate the energy transfer. So I'm probably have two partners. So when I engage with the women, my first thing is, you know, you have to know that this is business. You paid for a service. I'm not personally choosing to do this with you. So listen, I'm sorry. You have to create that. Think about this, right? Think about this, right? A stripper or a sex worker or escort, whatever. Hey, you're paying me for a service. I'm gonna give this service to every other person that engages with me.
You don't own
You're
me.
not. Yeah. If you're at a gentleman's club, they're gonna come to me. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna go to you. They're gonna go around the room and give the same energy to every person. Why would you fall in love with this person that just gave me that same energy? Why are you different? She did the same thing.
So they be falling
You
in
know
love.
why? Because the tickets to go to Delulu Island are always free. And that's why. It's a fun time until you wake up.
Yeah.
Or the cup is empty or the
your
drugs are
money's
gone.
gone.
You got to create the boundaries though. You have to create
Is
the
something
boundaries.
like this a kink? If there's a woman or a man who's interested in a kink like this and they want to hire you, is this expensive?
It depends on what you want. Because I've had situations where people want me to come down for like a whole weekend.
That sounds pricey.
So,
These bitches is like, listen.
And then you got to fly me out. You got to, you know, the accommodations and all that stuff. So
and I'm not staying at the Super 8.
It depends. It really depends on the situation. So somebody might. So let me put this out there. Like the more pricey situations are more because they need more aftercare after the actual session.
And the aftercare is like talking, a cuddle.
Touching.
It might be cuddle. It might be touching, talking. It might be watching a movie. They might want to eat dinner and all that stuff. They might just need to be around the person for the next day. You see what I'm saying? Like, so they like, hey, if I do this, I don't want to be in a space where you leave. And I'm saying I go through subspace and then I drop.
I want to enjoy Delulu Island.
So,
do you care what people look like? Are you ever like, nah, I can't do this?
What I care
like,
about.
What if somebody gifts somebody something? They're like, I'm going to gift you this for Christmas. And it's like their granny. Or an auntie that just don't get. I mean, she's trying to get pinned down and beat too. But she just.
Hygiene. That's the only thing I care about.
Okay.
Hygiene. I've dealt with some people that were extremely unattractive.
This could be a great gift for someone, though. I really am thinking like this is a great gift.
But how does the conversation come up with your granny or your
No,
auntie?
okay, let's not say a granny. Let's just say you have a girlfriend and she's just like, girl, I'm just having such a hard time dating. And I just really want to, like, I have this sexual liberation that I want to feel. And I've always wanted to try BDSM and I just don't know how to do it. And you're like, girl, I have the perfect gift for you.
Nah, that client or that friend that started off saying, I'm having a really hard time with dating, I wouldn't do it. She gonna be the one that's falling in love and forgetting we signed a contract. Now, everything outside of that, yes. I haven't had sex in ages. I haven't done this. I want to try this. I would say, yeah, that would be a cool gift. How would you feel if somebody gifted you that? A sexual experience, whether it be a woman or a man.
Okay. Here's how I feel about it. I would be open to it. Now, I don't know how the week, it can't be a weekend.
One night only.
Yeah, because I don't know how this is going to go. Like, can we extend it if it goes good? Because I need to feel the vibes. And I would like to do.
I respect that. I definitely respect that.
I would like to do the aftercare first.
That.
Like, let's do dinner
aftercare first?
Yeah.
You want some pre-care?
Yeah, I want pre-care.
So
I want a pre-care package.
I've had pre-care requested.
Is that even more expensive?
So, but you're paying for my time,
right?
I'm just wondering
if someone was to do more than pre-care, or is pre-care more?
It's going to be the same.
I feel like it's all going to be expensive. It's all going to be pricey. But if I was doing something like that and someone was going to give it to me, I would want it to be like he understands. Like you're coming into this like super romanticizing me, super great. Like he's
got to be an actor.
He needs to be an actor. Like, but I also
that's another skill, another line item on the invoice.
Yeah, like, and you need to like. I want him to be like very much like so like just so great. I don't want there to ever be a moment where it feels like somebody gifted me this.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like it's like we're doing this, and this is like
I will not be providing you that service.
Okay, he's like
that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. That's what I'm saying. I would understand if that was expensive, but
it sounds expensive.
Going to choke you, whisper in your ear, and tell you to come for me. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's the type of weekend it would be, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. So
I think that would be. I'm thinking of a few people who I think need it. I don't know that they need it or even want it.
Are they all older?
Mm-hmm. Older than me.
I would love to surprise give somebody.
So what you would do is you would bring them to a show. Right? Let them see. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, this would be uncomfortable for me to go to a show with them. I would have to send them.
So you would send them like, okay. But see,
I got you tickets to this event. It's really for me, but I can't make it. You want to go? I got you, girl. It's free. You're going to have a VIP experience, but I bought it.
I've had that happen. I've had somebody send their aunt.
That's
always going to be an auntie.
They send an auntie and a friend, whatever, and they were a little older, and they was just like, my niece sent me here, so oh my goodness, I didn't know what was going on. I was so nervous, but how do you get? And then she ended up booking a session. So then when I reached out to the person, like, yo, so your aunt, you sent your aunt to the thing? She was like, yeah, I was getting whatever. What happened was she couldn't make it, and her aunt was a little with the shits, so she sent her aunt.
So always one aunt. Are we those aunties? Are we the aunties?
That's with the shits? Hell yeah. I am. I already know I am. So, but my nieces ain't old enough to send me nowhere. They're broke still. They're children.
53 years old, and I made her squirt for the first time ever in her life.
I think I might have a client
53
for you.
years old.
You know what? Honestly, I would like to send my mom one.
Have you ever squirted?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Did you do it yourself, or did somebody do it?
Both.
Do any of these tools make women squirt? Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these things.
It depends.
What looks like the damn tire?
It is 100% a tire.
I knew it. I've popped a lot of those before. That was custom made.
It is a big rig tire tread used for impact play. So there's basically
you gotta have a big booty to smack somebody on this.
Big booties, little booties, white booties, black booties.
I know them white booties turn to blue booties after you smack them with that.
Black booties turn to blue booties.
I bet.
How are you okay after you get hit with something like this?
Did they have silicone injections in their butts when you did it?
Is this from Midas? Is this the Midas touch?
Not the Midas touch.
Or is it the Michelin Man?
So with a basic session, I wouldn't use that. I use that.
Absolutely not.
Because if you pull this, nigga, I'm calling the police.
I wouldn't use that. Yeah.
Like what? Okay, so this is advanced. This is somebody who is deep into it. They've had some experience with the hand and have worked their way up.
So that's heavy impact.
Because imagine getting run over by a car. That's what I'm thinking about with that.
Yeah, so
that's one of my worst fears, actually.
This has a lot of bite to it. It has a lot of bite.
It's got texture.
And you feel how heavy it is.
So let me tell you something. Back in the early days of CockTales, where we just didn't give a fuck what people thought about us, and now we do. That's why y'all get vanilla episodes.
Well, I was having sex. I still don't.
We had another...
Except for Hito.
We had another sir on the show, and I said, you know what? I'm one of those people where it's like, I'm a journalist. Like I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to
a journalist. Sweetie.
I want to really get into this and like understand you. So
I respect it.
When he came out here, I booked a session with him. I did a session with him, and we recorded it. I'll let you see the video. It was very.
It was what this bitch got electrocuted.
And he pulled out all his tools, and I was like, I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna record it for the world to see. And if this
just Patreon,
just Patreon. If y'all are new here, if you go to Patreon, it's still up.
So you can put like pornish stuff on Patreon.
Well, we had to edit it to where it wasn't super porny.
But you can.
You can?
So you can show your vagina on Patreon.
Yes.
Can you show
remember when I
penetration?
tried to put, what's that?
It's because it was on Vimeo.
Oh, okay.
It was
Back to
another
my
hosting
point.
site.
If this was back in that time, I would definitely want to be recorded showing what this actually does. But now I care about what y'all be saying, and it hurts my feelings. And so,
that's gonna hurt your booty.
Yeah,
that's what you should really care about. Because fuck that.
Yeah,
I have a question about these hammers you got. They look like they're shaped like turds or hearts.
So these are some of my favorites. Right?
That looks heavy.
So this is impact play.
That looks like a meat tenderizer.
It is 100% a meat tenderizer. So why would I not want to tenderize your amazing looking ass that you have sitting in them jeans right there? Oh, no answer. We'll get to it. We'll figure it out. So let me tell you two things, right? This is also sensory play because I put them in a freezer and you feel it. So take this, right, and rub that on her arm. Just real.
On the spiky side?
Nah, not the spiky side, that side. So she can feel.
Lightly?
Yeah, just go. Now you feel that? How cold it is? Now, when you get to the bottom of her wrist, start over.
I'll take this off. It's dead.
Now start over. Now, when you get to the bottom of the wrist, start back at the shoulder and then turn it around on the spiky side.
Okay. Like now turn.
Yeah. Now you got the sensory part of it. So you got the
Does it feel good?
It's almost like when I be scratching it, but like softer.
So I can use these for several things.
Oh, pass me that. I do have a little itch.
Hey, there you go.
It's like a back scratcher. But if you do it slow and sexy.
Yeah. So you feel it. So
I think it would feel good, like up my back and the back of everything, like the back of my legs, up my ass. Because I always say, like, the places that don't get touched, when you touch them with really anything, it feels like this part.
So I can take them.
That's a sensitive
I have a
skin
video
part.
to where I'm using them on a girl's, not these ones particularly.
Well, whatever. We're here now.
On a girl's, I'm using them on a girl's clitoris. And I'm doing impact on the clitoris.
The spiky side?
No, not the spiky side. The flat side. And I'm using them. And I'm making her do a Kegel, having her hold her pussy. And I'm hitting it. And I have to push it out. And then she's squirting from me using the meat tenderizers. But everybody is different,
that
though.
Pussy.
Tenderize that pussy.
You have a meat tenderizer in your kitchen drawer. Pull it out, sis.
I
What are these
support it.
bicycle pedals?
So
now,
that's
what
another-
is this?
So I do a lot of extreme impact. So that's for impact play. So that's for spanking.
Y'all, I fell off a
Smacking
bicycle when I
somebody
was
with
like
the-
11 and I
Smack
still
somebody on
have
the
a
ass
knee thing.
with the bicycle pedal.
Oh my God, that doesn't seem pleasurable.
So, but you got to
This
understand,
for like
right?
silicone asses.
So,
now I gotta ask.
You keep going with these silicone.
Okay.
I haven't done any sessions with anybody that has an actual silicone or like.
this just seems like it'll hit the bone.
Because this hurts right here.
This hurts right here.
But
definitely
you gotta
right
think
there.
that when you're skilled and you've learned, you hit certain areas. You want to hit the fatty areas. You're not gonna hit to where it's more bony.
These legs is big.
So
This,
I would hit your ass, right?
Now I'm curious about this one.
So that's sensory play.
I've used that one.
I can
I
promise
like this.
you, not that one, because nobody has that.
Well, it was a spiky thing. It maybe wasn't. It was a little bit smaller, and it was.
This is what my meat tenderizer looks
So
like.
now I would take that anywhere I would kiss on you. I would run that up your thigh, down your back,
like the inside?
inside of your thigh. Now, see, you got two different situations.
Let me see.
If I'm doing a regular session, my hand is around your throat, and then I'm running it down from your neck all the way down your stomach to the tip of your pussy. Yeah, so you feel that, right?
Yeah, that's gonna
felt
do
it.
something.
Now, if you're a partner and we're actually intimate, I'm doing that, choking you, and I'm sucking on your pussy while I'm rubbing that across your nipples.
This
So,
is a lot.
I do the sensory overload.
You know what? I bet that would feel good on my feet too. My feet be hurting sometimes. I've been trying to walk and run more, and I've been needing like some extra like massage into it.
I saw this thing on Instagram the other day where the girl got this little walkway thing, and you could just put it in front of the TV and just walk.
I got one for Christmas. We're gonna talk about it on another episode, but yeah, I got one. A walk pad.
Wow.
Well, see, yeah, that's sensory play, and even like the gloves. The gloves is.
I didn't even see that glove.
I did.
I had a glove like that
So-
when I went to the Beyonce concert, but my nails were red.
This is like a thriller glove.
I'm
Or
able
like
to-
Batman or something.
So I call it,
Mufasa.
and I respectfully call it the Black Panther glove.
Okay.
Because I want to give credit to so it's more of the Black Panther glove, and I can also conduct electricity through it.
Now, see, now you done
That's when
scared
I
me.
had got
I was about to say,
electrocuted.
touch me, but never
Bring me your
mind.
arm over here.
I had got electrocuted, and it did feel
Listen.
good. I'm not gonna lie.
It did?
It felt so good. He electrocuted my.
So this is what I would do, and I'm gonna do it just from head to head. So you know how to do a Kegel, right? Yes. You gotta say yes, sir. Ooh, now look at me. So I'm gonna tell you to hold it.
This how they get you, y'all.
When I say hold it, you're gonna hold your pussy and do a Kegel. Do you understand? Put your hand there. You understand? Guess what? I'm gonna tell you to hold it. You're gonna do a Kegel. When I say let it go, I want you to let it go with a moan at the same time. If she don't hear you moan, we're gonna have an issue.
My ears
Why you
clean.
looking at her? We right here. Ready? Hold that pussy. Hold it. Tighter. Squeeze that. Squeeze that.
I don't hear nothing.
Squeeze
Sir
that
Leezus.
pussy. Tighter. 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 Let it go.
I am not. This will not be a clip.
I heard it. She was loud enough, I guess. I think you could have jumped better, but
Yeah. If
There
if
is
I
a
could
heartbeat in my vagina right
If
now.
I could reach her, it would get real personal.
what the girls say when they send us the cocktails, my pussy was thumping.
It's thump, thump, thumpity, thump,
It's
thump.
always funny when they say that because I know that feeling. It's just like, woo.
But you're telling me you in the middle of sex, you pull this glove out
Now imagine me, right? My hand around your throat gently.
with the glove hand.
Listen.
Okay.
Coming out like Michael
My
Jackson.
hand around your throat gently. I got the glove in my hand. I'm telling you to look at me. I'm telling you to hold your pussy. And I take that glove from the middle of your chest and I run it straight down your breast, down your stomach, over your belly button, right to your pussy, past your pussy, down to your thigh, down to your knee. And I tell you to let it go for me. That's the space we operate in.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, y'all, because
That's the
woo,
space.
that's what's going to happen.
That's the space we operate in. And then as soon as I say let it go, you push it out, I take a vibrator and I put it right on your clitoris.
Do you
And
understand?
that is why Thomas be saying the men with the light eyes are demons. I'm sorry. That's one of my friends. He be like, you got to stay away from the light skinned men with
We
the light
work
eyes.
over here. We work over here.
They do.
But
Because that is demon time for real.
That's demon time. That's demon time. But I just keep thinking about how like there are people in this world, women and men, who are never going to experience a sexual experience like that. When I'm just like, even if you're not into kinks and you're like, oh, maybe I won't do this all the time. If you've never experienced just like a fantasy type of sex, you have no idea what you're missing out
Sorry
on.
to that man and to that lady.
Like all he did was rub a Michael Jackson glove down my arm, and that was very sexy. Like
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
But
Sorry.
then also, you got to understand, oralism is involved. Y'all know what oralism is, right?
No.
So you hear
I don't know what it is.
Oralism is sound.
Like ASMR?
Being turned on by sound. So that's oralism. So you hear my voice, right? So you're like, okay, this nigga talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in your ear, right? So you hear the bass of it, you feel that vibration. That's like the macaroni in a pot. That guap, guap, guap. The you hear that? Think about this. How many times have you ever been in a space where you walk in and you hear the neighbors and you like, oh, turn the TV down. Let me listen. Because it turns us on to hear it. We're turned on by sound. If you're giving a guy oral, you want to hear him responding to it. It turns you on more. Like, did he?
Because then I'm going to stop if I don't hear nothing.
Right?
Because what I'm down here for?
If I'm fucking you, right? I don't want you to be quiet. I want you to look. I want to hear you. Let me hear you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say I want to hear you moan when I tell you to let it go. Because I want you to sound sexy. I want you to feel sexy. I want to hear sexy.
And that is why confidence is just so important. Because when you are having a sexual experience with somebody, and a man, I can only talk about heterosexual experiences. When a man is very confident, because it's different. Even when a woman is confident, you're having woman on woman. It's just different. When it's like a big man and he's just like, shut up. And like it just hits differently from when a woman says it. I'm no disrespect to the girls.
None of the women being like dominant like that. Like shut up.
Yeah,
but
it's like
when
I want you to be sexy
like,
and feminine. But like when a man just comes in and he's not like asking, is it okay if I do this? Nigga, just do it.
But see, you gotta know it's energy.
Except that loogie.
It's energy.
You have to understand how to read the energy to know when you can and when you can't. Because I've been an alpha male basically since like middle school.
You were trained.
But I don't have to come in and beat my chest to the man.
You don't have to announce
dominance.
it.
I don't have to, or even with you, like you're going to submit to me intentionally. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to make you do it. I want you to do it intentionally. You better stop looking at me like that. We're going to have a whole problem.
You see how she turned that head?
I'm going to be in Atlanta for a couple of extra days.
I'm
You're
gonna
going to be calling out of work. And I'm going to be all in your ear. And I'm going to make you call her. Call her on the phone.
I would love to hear. I love a good juicy tea time. It's been so long.
I'm going to make you call her in the middle of everything. But see, now you see that right there, right? That because I'm comfortable doing that. Because I know we done had an energy transfer. Now, we might not link on that space, but the energy is there. So I'm able to have that engagement to where you're turning red right now. You see what I'm saying? You can't stop blushing.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? But see, it's all about reading energy. I can't teach that. When people ask, hey, teach me what you do, I said, I can teach you the safety. I can teach you how to use these tools. I can't teach you how I transfer energy.
Do you have men ask you to teach them
all
how
the
to?
time,
I bet
right?
you do.
And I say,
Probably same men that be in our comments complaining. They come right over there, they find him, and they ask him for help. Hey,
but
big
see,
bruh.
Yeah, hey, bro. But it's not a bad thing, but I tell people, I'll teach you bedroom BDSM. That's where I stop at. I don't want to be responsible for you out there telling people I'm a dime I learned from Sir Leezus.
Don't put my name in
I'll
it.
teach you how to do the basic bedroom BDSM. Then
Do you do it through Zoom or they come over and you hand them a tire wheel?
It gotta be in person. And it's more if
okay.
I had to provide the bottom, bring somebody with you, but then I do it and I show them and I even present them in a situation to buy the specific toys. Start off with this. I'm gonna teach you how to use these.
Each one teach one.
Yeah, so
Nonprofit idea.
so the same way that she's gonna book her session with me, that's how they would do it. They would book a session. And
I like how he slid that in there.
The same way she gonna do it.
It is Martin Luther King Jr. weekend.
Okay. And it's gonna be cold and icy.
This would be the perfect weekend to try to get smacked with a tire.
Get smacked with a tire. This would be the perfect weekend. I'm dying.
Okay, but you mentioned something about the exchange, and we didn't really talk a whole lot about power exchange.
We didn't.
But I have questions about it.
I have answers.
What exactly is that? Is it like you're both switching, or what does that even mean?
Because I can't imagine you switching.
I can't either.
I'm not a switch, so
but
I'm 100% dominant in every aspect. So I don't operate in a space to where I'm going to submit. Even if I let a girl ride me, I'm topping from the bottom. I'm controlling it.
What you mean?
So you'll never be able to push me on my back, put my hands down, tell me to, I'm going to control it.
Your hand probably up around her neck.
I'm going to tell you to fuck me harder, grind that shit out, hold that pussy, bring me your fucking throat, come on that daddy dick. I'm going to tell you all that while you're riding me. You're not going to be in a space where you're controlling it. I'll let you be great. I'll go ahead, make that dick come. But I'm telling you to do that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the space that I'm operating for that. But erotic power exchange, it's just the exchange between two people. It can be male, woman, male, woman, right? And somebody is the top, somebody is the bottom, somebody is the dominant, somebody is the submissive. And in this space of erotic power exchange, you don't have to be into BDSM. You don't have to be in any kink community. You just want to be in a space to where you want to give control to somebody. Simple as that. I do it at the baseline level. So that's why I call it erotic power exchange, because I'm doing it in a sexual state, but we're exchanging power. And I'm the dominant figure, you're the submissive figure. We just had a power exchange engagement right there on camera in front of everybody. You see what I'm saying? That fast. That's
We
it.
did. Oh.
You're not my submissive. Yeah. I'm not your dominant. You're not my submissive. You're not in the BDSM community, but we just had that power exchange erotically. You see, I'm not a boss telling you to go do work. Grabbed your hand. I gave you a command. You listened. We had that engagement, and now we're back to normal. You walked about. You went away about your business. That was the erotic power exchange that we had. You didn't commit to anything.
And no sex was had. It was very safe. And
no
pregnancies,
Nothing.
Now you take
not a
that
mess.
and you like, hey, I want another experience. So I'm gonna be around him because I know I'm gonna get some type of. There's people that come around just because they know they're gonna get that engagement. They may not get a session, but they're gonna have that engagement. And a lot of men don't. I don't want to say they don't have the confidence, but you have to invest in learning energy. You have to be okay with failing, okay that didn't work. You see what I'm saying?
That helps build up your confidence for anyone.
But I've done that at a young age. That's how I'm able to get to the space where I'm able to talk to somebody. I'm able to see when I can ask for a number. Some guys don't, like, what made you think I was gonna give you your number? Like, at what point of this conversation made you think I was interested? A lot of guys don't have that in them. You see what I'm saying?
And when they come to you as clients or potential clients and they express like their issues with approaching women and all of these things that are like, you ain't got no confidence, do you coach them through that too, or they need to see somebody else and come back?
I don't specialize in that because I can teach someone how to safely do BDSM.
And that's
I can't, Like what Hov say, I can't teach you swag. He said I can teach you class, but I can't teach swag. What did he say?
I don't know what he said.
Swag
But
or
who
something
said
like
it?
that. Jay-Z said that.
I don't know. But I do wonder because it's like
something like that. He said I can
I'm
teach
not
you
your real
class.
big bruh. You need to call him, call your daddy, or whoever felt.
So I have someone that I mentor right now. Okay. Sir RL. And I mentor him. And what I tell him, you have to find your niche. Your niche. I'm saying it right. Niche.
Niche.
I always
Niche,
struggle
niche.
with that word.
Yeah,
niche.
We know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I said, I can't teach you how I have my engagements. You're skilled at impact play. You're skilled at, erotic asphyxiation. You're skilled at the BDSM. But what sets me aside is my energy and how I know how to engage with a woman. How I know to see a woman that I'm turning on and to hone in on that, make eye contact, and capitalize off of this power exchange in front of people, confident enough to do it in front of a room of 200 people with someone that I look at, do I have consent? To just say yes. You don't even know what I'm asking. You just gave me consent for everything. You see that right there?
You
that
see?
fast. She said, She ain't even care.
This will not
She was
be a
with
clip.
the shits. She said, whatever happened, happened. That's what she just said. Whatever happened, happened.
Yes.
She said, whatever happened, happened. So I said, you have to find that for yourself. I can't teach you that.
Yeah.
I can teach you to, body language and energy and all that stuff, whatever, but everybody don't get into that. You see what I'm saying? It's like the guy that holds the door for you, say, thank you. Hey, can I get your number? Nigga, I just said, thank you for holding the door. Why would you think?
Down.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Or the guy that you have a horrible date when he comes in for a kiss.
The nerve of you.
The nerve of you, like, really? Did you really, like, you just made me pay for half the meal after you asked me out, and then you come in for a kiss? How'd that happen? What space you operating in? You see what I'm saying?
What's wrong with me?
The ghetto.
Is here.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Do you have safe words? Do you use safe words? Like, what's one of your personal safe words?
So when I'm doing shows and scenes, I do a lot of stuff in loud atmospheres. So I use nonverbal cues. So one hand up.
Left, right.
It doesn't matter. You put a hand up. This is your slow down. Something ain't right. Something ain't comfortable. Or I don't know about this. And I come in and I ask you to show me your fingers. And your fingers is your pain level from 1 to 5. 5 is the most pain you felt all month. 1, you calling me a pussy. I want to keep you around a 3 or a 4. Okay? So I'm communicating nonstop. But when you're seeing it from the outside, looking in for the crowd, you just see a hand go up. I come in, I'll do some touch, I'll rub, you know what I mean? I ask, show me your fingers, and they'll put a hand up. They'll do this. They'll nonstop do that. So when I'm doing stuff live, it's a safety gesture. If you see me doing content, anytime somebody says daddy is your safe word.
I mean, stop.
Yeah, because it needs to look sexy for content. So they need to know that. Oh, I don't want nobody saying pineapples.
I remember when Kevin Hart was talking about saying pineapples.
What would you want your safe word to be?
Nigga, stop. I want to be very clear.
But see, the thing is, you want to stay in the realm of sexy, right?
No, when I'm hurting, stop.
Stop. So you're just ending the scene completely. You're just
if I'm hurting, like really hurting, yes.
But see, the problem is,
Whew,
right, it should be explained that it's a buildup, right? So you should be able to control it before it gets to that point to where
you should.
You're 100% done. Now,
I'm thinking about worst case scenario. I've never been in a situation where somebody did too much and I really was like, get off of me and call 911. I need to go to the hospital. So I'd be scared. But the buildup, yeah.
But you do have some extreme stuff. I've seen some extreme stuff just in my journey and friends that are into extreme things. So, I mean, I kind of do more in the BDSM realm. I'm pretty basic when it comes to the play that I do. I just excel at the I excel at the let me see, the sensory. I excel at the intimate exchange.
Yeah.
That's where I personally excel at. But there people do way harder impact play. People are real sadistic. I watched somebody get their breast nailed into a 2x4. So compared to what I'm doing, that's nothing. That's, you see what I'm saying? So I try to
We've
say,
seen people get those hooks in their back.
yeah. See, I
We
don't know
sure
too much
did.
about that realm, but I've seen it. I can't speak on something I don't know, but I know people that get the hooks into them and they're suspended.
We
and
went to
stuff
Frolicon.
like that.
Frolicon, yes, that's what it was.
And we
here.
saw a lot, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought I was kinky. I'm not.
But see,
I'm
that's
handing
different
walk
levels.
away.
You know
It's
what
I
I
time to
just
go
mean?
like
home.
sex.
I just like to come a little bit.
There's so many levels to it. Like,
It
and people see
is.
what I do, and they're like, "Yo, like I got a viral video where I'm spanking a girl on stage so she comes." Somebody's holding a wand to her, and I'm spanking her, and the whole thing is I'm gonna go until you come. She knows that, so I'm gonna keep spanking, and I'm gonna increase it, and it's pop, 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 pop. She's holding it, doing the Kegel. The girls has the wand on her, and you can't see it unless you really, really, really look and slow it down. She's holding the vibrator on her pussy, and I'm just hardcore spanking, cheek, cheek, cheek. It's all even out, whatever. And then she comes and all that, whatever. People are like, oh my God, he's beating her like a slave. He's this, that. And I'm all like, man, I done seen, listen, I got these toys here, but I done seen people beat to where it's just blood dripping down their cheeks. You see what I'm saying?
No,
So not even like a little scratch to where they're just completely their ass, you might as well just throw the whole ass away type situation.
Throw it away.
So, but there's levels to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go to spaces to where I'm like, I'm not nowhere near that extreme at all. So, but a lot of my stuff is just showing like the sensual side of it. But then when you come to the show, it's a journey. I go from hello to orgasm, and I take you through the foreplay, take you through the sensual side, then I build you up to the impact play. And then we end with you soaking up the floor.
Now, see, that sounds like a good Wednesday night.
Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say, do you have any shows while you're here in Atlanta?
I'm waiting on my Atlanta schedule. I just did one 2 weeks ago.
You have to let us know when you have one, and hopefully we're both here and we can go and research.
I will make sure y'all are in the front row.
Okay.
And y'all will
Lord.
be participated.
Oh.
And don't wear any good shoes, because I'm 100% gonna make the person squirt all over y'all feet. Just
Oh
don't worry
no,
about it.
I need to be in the back then.
No, you gonna be the front.
I need to be on row 4.
Nah,
Yeah, just I don't want
I
to
want to be able
playing.
to see good.
don't wanna
Sometimes
get
I be
that.
getting stars.
It's not gonna get on y'all, but you're gonna be close enough to where
We need rain
you
boots.
actually
need our hunter boots.
What we doing?
Okay, so we are running out of time, but we do need you to help us answer some advice questions from our listeners right after we get back from Indecisive Diane.
All right, you guys. So not only do Kiki and I absolutely love Via Hemp products, but over 500,000 people do, because they have over 500,000 happy customers. So I'm just gonna say that's 500,000 people. These products are absolutely amazing. Via is well renowned for their award-winning, do you hear me? Award-winning THC and THC-free gummies. Their vapes, their THCA flowers, soothing topicals, calming drops. I personally love the gummies, the ones that help you sleep, the ones that help you love and flirt a little bit better. I don't even know what else to tell you about this company. It is perfectly packaged. Flavors are amazing. Top tier delivery. I love Via Hemp. Like, I can't even read the script. I love them so much. Like, I low-key feel like I couldn't live without Via Hemp products, Kiki.
I love them too, and I can't wait to get home. I wish I had my topicals in my purse, because right now I kind of got a crook in my neck.
Girl.
They have so many good things. We always hype up the gummies, and the gummies are good, and I advise you to go ahead and place your order, because, you know, Valentine's Day is around the corner. A lot of people will be getting lucky. Some people might need a little extra help to get into the mood. Valentine's Day is Friday? You might have to work and deal with people, and the way that the world is going is stressing us out. They got stuff for stress. They got stuff to keep you zen. Literally.
They got stuff to help you focus. I have incorporated Via Hemp into my nightly routine.
I got my grandma some for Christmas.
Your gram?
Yeah, so I told y'all about that Black Friday sale. I took advantage of it for family members. I got some for my grandma. She was like, "Ooh, I want this, this, and this."
Oh, that's wild.
So I took advantage of the sale. I got her some extra stuff, and she really likes them. And so I got her some of the topicals to help with like relief. She has arthritis.
Wow.
Sometimes she just needs to chill out. My grandma also has epilepsy. Now, I don't know. I mean, I know that that's why a lot of people, like in Georgia, for example, were really fighting to legalize all the THC and CBD products and all of that. And so it helps her a lot. And so outside of letting the good times roll when you rolling around in the bed, you can find other uses for them. And I found it real interesting that when I was going through my toiletry bag after I left, my sample pack of the High Love gummies was missing.
Not they stealing the sample packs. It's so good you gotta steal them.
But you don't have to steal them. You can get your own because they're going to, whatever you buy, you're also going to get a free gift.
Absolutely. So you guys, if you're 21 and up, check out the link in our description and use the code CockTales, that's CockTales, to receive 15% off. And if you're new to Via, you get a free gift of your choice. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard of them. And please support our show, y'all, and tell them we sent you. This is the month of love. So elevate your love life with Via Hemp.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Diane, and this week's date idea literally costs you nothing. So some of you, you might be turned off. But for those of you who really want to get to know somebody, or maybe you just want to be sentimental, and Valentine's Day is coming up, I want you to write your bae or your situationship a letter. Tell them how you feel about them and send it in the mail. Bye.
Okay, and we are back from Indecisive Diana. It is time for the advice. If you have a question that you would like to have us answer, and possibly your question could be answered with a guest, email us advice@cocktailspod.com.
Okay, so I have the first one pulled up. She just put advice in the subject line. She says, how do I introduce? She didn't even say hello, Kiki and Medina. I love
she
the
got
show.
to the
She didn't
point.
say any of that. She
Appreciate
said,
you, homegirl.
The nerve of her.
Right? No, I'm actually happy. Just normally they're very long. She said, she or he, is she, how do I introduce double penetration with my partner with toys, not another man? So this is a woman, and she wants to know, how does she tell her man that she wants to have double penetration?
So the fact that she wants it with a toy that's the first good part about it, because telling a guy that you want another guy that is not open to that, and even people that are in the community, they don't do double penetration. I would say start with a finger. Ask him to put, his thumb in your butt and fuck you at the same time. See how he's comfortable with that.
Start slow.
Yeah.
And small.
Or even better, wear a butt plug. And then show up with a butt plug. Hey, I tried something. What you think about this? See how comfortable he is seeing you with a butt plug, and say, I want you to fuck me with this butt plug in. And if he's comfortable with that, then you increase it and say, hey, you can do the bigger butt plug. He's not going to know. He's just going to see the back of it. So you're getting that, you're fulfilling that desire, and he doesn't even know. If you put a butt plug in, you show up and he's like, I'm not fucking with you I'm not fucking you with that in. That might end the whole conversation, because he's definitely not going to hold a dildo and fuck you with the dildo at the same time. So put a butt plug in.
That's some really cute ones that have like rhinestones at the end and stuff. All social colors, tails.
But just be careful, because y'all know my story.
But make sure when it comes to the guy, make sure you say, hey, I wore this butt plug for you. See how he responds.
Make him feel special.
Yeah, you have to do that for some men.
Stroke that ego.
See what I'm saying? Because it might not. If she's asking the question where she's asking how, she's obviously in a space to where she wants to ease him into it. You see what I'm saying? So just say, hey, I wore a butt plug for you. and see how he responds to it. He might be like, well, why'd you do that? Take that shit out. I ain't know that. Then you. Yeah.
I hope he don't do that to you.
I hope he does not do that. I swear, I hope he.
But if he does, it's better you find out now and then you move around.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So start with that, and then go on to, hey, I want you to do it. I think it'll be better if you do it, and then you get one of the butt plug trainers. I think it'll be better if you do it instead of me having a butt plug. I want to feel you do it. And you give him the power.
That's gonna do it.
And say it's sexy.
And then she has to nonstop verbalize. Oh my God, you're turning me on. Yeah. So if she does that, she's gonna encourage him to want to keep doing that. You see what I'm saying? And then if she gives him the power, saying, "Oh, you've never made me come like that before," it's almost like to say, "I've never came. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that you was able to make me come like that," and make it seem like it was him that did it, and that's going to help you out. Now, if you're in a space to where, nah, I'm not giving that nigga credit for that. That's cool. I understand that. But if you want to ease somebody in, you have to make it feel like that it's him that did it. You see what I'm saying? Even though it was your idea, you put it in, but like, I want you to do this. It'll turn me on more if you're the one actually doing it. And then he'll be like, oh, okay, all right, she wants me to do it. Then he'll start doing that. Now you got to. Then you work your way up to, hey, I want to try something more. You want, to an actual dildo or something like that. And then you work there. And then she might be able to say, hey, why don't you tell your homeboy that you was playing ball? That might be the next thing, but I don't know.
We'll see how it goes.
Or a girl with a strap. That's always the easier approach.
That's interesting.
That's always the easier approach.
It's something for everybody. Yeah. Like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Well, girl, if you take his advice and you have an experience or 2 or 3, please send us a cocktail and let us know how it all went down. We want to know.
I got it.
Now I'm invested. I am so invested.
Okay, so speaking of that, we are going to go ahead and move on to the cocktails. If you have a cocktail that you would like to share on the show, make sure you email it to us, cocktails@cocktailspod.com.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe.
All right, Sir Leezus. Now is your time to shine, as if you haven't been telling us some very interesting experiences all night. We want to hear your cocktail.
Ooh.
If you have a story. Do you need to hear an example, or you got one at the forefront of your mind?
I do have a cocktail.
Okay.
So I have so many cocktails.
That's
man. So let's talk about a good one that usually is one of my, like, people love hearing a story about. One of my biggest kinks is I like my feet worshipped. So I'm a big guy.
Okay.
I have size 14.
Oh, damn.
15 on a bad day. When you know the shopping situation, when you go like, oh, I can't fit this shoe, I gotta get a bigger size.
Yeah.
That always sucks. So I like my feet worshipped, sucked, caressed, massaged, the whole pedicure situation.
Like at the nail salon, or like the woman who's with you?
I mean, the woman that's with me.
Okay.
I like my feet to be catered to. Put a bucket of water, some warm water in there, rub it down, clean it, oil, massage it, whatever, so. And then, worship it, kissing, right? Rubbing it on your face, rubbing it on your breast. Then I want you to lube it up, and I want you to slide it into your pussy.
The foot.
That size 14, 15 foot.
Right into your pussy. And I want you to ride my foot till you come and orgasm all over my foot.
The foot.
And ride the foot like a no-limit soldier.
You gotta be a soldier riding a foot.
Yeah.
A foot? Yes. I do appreciate that you considered pedicure, and she needed to pedicure them
It's
feet
not a
first.
long-toed
Because
foot.
could you imagine if it was a crusty big old foot? It's going to be...
That's Vietnam for real.
So I had someone that was paying to worship my feet. And she introduced me to this kink years ago. Now, my first experience, so we telling a cocktail story. My first experience was from a person that was paying to worship my feet. And then she kept pushing, asking, can I do this? Can I do this? Do you mind if I fuck your foot? And I said, okay. But she had already did the manicure. She filed everything down. She lubed it all up. And now this first person that did it was able to go down near to my ankle. She was able to go down and ride it And it took her a minute. You know, she lubed up her pussy and all that. She went down. She started riding it. I start choking her. I'm doing erotic asphyxiation. And then she starts squirting all over my fucking foot. And when I say I've never been as hard as I was at that time in my fucking life, and I'm like, yo, why is this turning me on so much? And that became one of my biggest kinks. So, yeah.
Did she have to give you another pedicure when it was done since she made a mess? And did she have to pay you for that too?
No. She cleaned everything up and all that, whatever.
Oh,
so now when I do it, I wrap my foot up now. I wrap it up with
wrap it up in what? Saran wrap.
Saran wrap, basically. Saran wrap. You wrap it up, lube it up, and then I let the girl ride.
Makes it smoother.
So.
If you had let Myra go to work on your feet, you might not need that saran wrap.
But see, the first time, but she actually was, she was precise with that. So if I'm shooting content or if I'm just on the fly, you don't have the time to, sometimes the people don't come prepared. But if somebody wants to worship it, bring everything. I want you to file it down and all that, whatever. But then you have to be in the space. So you have to have a pussy that's big enough to have my foot
to
in
grip
there.
a foot.
You have to have birthed a child.
Yeah.
Ride a foot to the ankle.
But there's people that are in a fisting.
Yeah.
And it takes a
But
minute
if
to get to that.
it's still different from a foot. This is a lot of shapes.
It's a lot of but a fist, it depends on how you ball your fist up. Like a hand and your hand is much different than his hand, you know?
On porn. People have been double fisted on porn.
And they get up in there with the bones and everything.
Yeah, I've
the
seen
pussy is a
people-
muscle, so it's just a matter of, it's not even about a child. Because you have a child, you're going to come back together, but you stretch that muscle out, you are able to
most
expand
people,
like Elastigirl.
Yeah, but you got to think, the average girl is not able to do that. Just like the girls that do porn, they're training their pussy to take certain things like that. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't just happen out the blue. So this person that did the first time, she was in a fisting, and she wanted something more than fisting because that stopped satisfying her need.
I wonder what she's going to need after a foot and an ankle.
Sure, I don't know. I'm stuck on that. But
a whole head?
I will definitely show you my last foot. Man, y'all should pull that up right now. And I would love to see y'all reactions to watching a video on my Twitter of me getting my foot worshipped.
Okay.
Ooh,
we might save that for something else.
I would love to see reaction on camera.
Foot.
Your organic reaction.
14 or 15?
So the last time I did it, she wasn't able to go all the way down, but she was enough to she was riding it and then she squirted all over my foot. Though.
You were just in heaven.
I was in heaven. I love, I'm a pleasure down. So if you're turned on, I'm turned on. So you seeing your face and seeing your reaction, that's turning me on. If whatever I'm doing, I don't care. All these toys that I have, if it's not doing anything for you, it does nothing for me whatsoever. You see what I'm saying? So if you want me to tickle you and you're coming from me tickling you out, now I'm turned on.
That's wild.
Yeah, so it has to turn the person on, except for my foot being rolled, because that's just flat out. Dick is automatically on go from there. But if you're already sitting on my foot, you have to be curious about it. You see what I'm saying?
You have to be. That's not somewhere you just land.
Yeah.
Maybe a toe, but not.
I'm just sitting here wondering. I wonder how long, like my torso is even, like from the entrance to my pussy, this wonderful place to be, up. Like what's the length?
Yeah, like how deep?
I know I couldn't be sitting on no damn 14. When the girl wrote in about the 6.5 inch dick, we talked about it in the episode, but I was just like, girl, I mean, you're complaining, but like that's fine. It's enough. What are you trying to eat?
Yeah.
A foot long hot dog down your throat? You want to remix your insides?
Thank you so much for joining us this week on
Thank you.
Dirty and deeper discussions. Would you let everybody know what you have coming up, if you have anything coming up, and if not, where they can find you and keep up with you?
Ooh, SirLeezus.com.
Okay.
It's real simple. Or you can just Google me. So it feels good to say just Google me.
It does.
Yeah, SirLeezus.com. You can get to all my social medias. Instagram is probably my most active platform, and it's SIRR.LEEZUS. So, but if you go to SirLeezus.com, you can find all my platforms from there.
And the ladies can book an experience if they would like.
You can book an experience. You can book. I do a ladies' night called Naughty Nightcat.
And is this in Philly?
It's wherever you at.
Oh.
Because they gotta fly them out.
Yeah.
So
Fly
this
me
is
out.
rich bitches
I
only. Where the
travel.
nurses at?
Yeah. I travel. If you want a personal experience, if you want to do a little girls gathering,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a couple of girlfriends that have seen what I do, and y'all want the experience, y'all want to be able there to support and encourage each other, or you might want to help. You might want to hold the wine on your girlfriend's pussy while I choke her and tell her she a pretty little slut. That might be the experience you want.
I wonder if people book birthday parties.
Bonding
like that.
time.
I do birthday.
He told me that there's divorce parties.
Birthday parties,
Valentine's
bachelorette
Day.
parties, all that stuff.
Right around the corner.
Fuck 'em girl parties. I do all that stuff. So
If y'all book him,
Yeah.
let us know, and you got to send a cocktail in.
And maybe even invite us. We might pull up.
that'll be a vibe. That'll
would
be
be
a
a
vibe.
really
Wouldn't that
good
be a
vibe.
wild time?
Yeah,
Well,
that'll definitely be a vibe.
thank you so much for coming today.
I
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know that we did.
This was fun.
And make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean D.
And until next week, you guys,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.